Hello everyone, my name is Giovani and welcome to another video here on Dirt Block Heroes. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys the second episode of the custom tree tutorial series on this channel. On this episode we're going to be building this tree that you're seeing on screen right now. It's a pretty big pine tree, but it looks really good. It's time consuming to make, but it's totally worth it. You could do several things to it to customize it, such as changing the roots, changing the trunk shape, and different things, etc. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more videos and more tutorials, and make sure to leave suggestions down below on exactly what other type of trees you want to make. I know someone said they wanted a fantasy type tree, and I think this tree, it kind of sort of fits into that, because it's not a tree you would see everywhere. So you start off by first of all just making the shape of the trunk. I'm using sponge sort of as a guide. You don't want it to be a straight trunk, you want it to be curved, maybe even spiraled a little bit. That's what I go with this style. And you just make it to the desired height that you want, and once you have the shape that you want it, you have to expand and make it thicker, so it's not as thin as you see it right now. So just keep on adding sponge to it. That's what I'm using, and in a little bit you're gonna see me use a brush to change that sponge into full-sided logs to make the tree look even better. So just do this, keep on expanding onto it, and once you're happy with the shape that you want, you'll brush it with the World Edit brush. It's not necessary to do it, but if you do it, it'll look way better. Alright, so now that you're happy with the way the tree looks like, you put the command that you see on screen right now, put that on the chat, apply it to one of the brushes, and just run over the tree with it, and the entire tree will turn into full-sided logs. If you're happy with the way that the tree looks like, take a look around. After that, that's whenever you're going to start placing the actual leaves down on the tree. It'll take a little bit to do the beginning layers, because those are going to be the largest ones. And the way I start mine off is, I pick a spot somewhat lower on the lower part of the tree, and I just start placing the leaves around randomly. You don't want it to be too random where it's just a weird shape. You want it to be like an oval. You could go with a circle, but an oval shape, it's more, I don't know, it doesn't, if it's a circle and you just do exact circles going all the way up, it's not gonna look natural. That's why I like to use ovals, and once you get the hang of making this type of tree, you'll see why. So just keep on expanding onto it, making it a desired I guess size. The lowest layer has to be the biggest one, because from there you're just going to keep going down in size. And if you have a really small lower layer of the leaves, it's going to be a very thin tree, which I guess you could try that look if you wanted to, but it's not what I would recommend. Once you have the layer filled, I like poking random holes into it, because it adds that wholeness to the tree. Because if you think of a tree in real life, it's not leaves 100%. There's space in between the leaves, and so that's how we try to recreate the same style. You could also place leaves on the bottom of the tree, and these leaves that I'm placing right now, the overhang leaves, they're super important. They're one of the major parts that give the tree the look that it has. Add those overhang leaves in each layer, like around the entire layer. It doesn't have to be in a specific spot. Do it randomly, and if you're happy with the look, that's all that matters. So just keep on placing that. If you're happy with the way it looks, what I do is I place leaves on the top of the actual layer, where it's not like random holes, and adding, you could see I already placed some, and that just adds more to the randomness of it. Now I start on the second layer, and from there this is just going to be a fast, I guess you could say fast video. I'm going to speed it up so you guys can see through it. If you want, you can skip ahead on the video to skip this part, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Alright, so usually after I have the first few layers done, I check to see if I'm happy with it. Once I'm happy with the look of it, I could do some edits to it if I'm not. But once I'm happy with the way it looks, I just add some guides with the leaves to see how spaced the layers are going to be. You want them each to be about 2 to 3 blocks apart. Most of them being 2 blocks and then a few of them being 3 blocks. It just adds to the randomness of it, and it just makes it look pretty cool. So from that, just continue on adding those layers. It might take a while, but it's definitely worth it. Alright guys, so we're done with the actual trees now. They look amazing now that they're finished. It might have taken a while to make them, but it's so worth it. Once you have a few of them, rotating them around and pasting them around your build is going to look way better. The effort definitely shows, and you could try to do this without doing it by hand, but it's not going to have the same look. If you want this look, you need to do it by hand, and just follow the same instructions I gave you at the beginning of the video. Again guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have content coming out each week, different videos, and just give us suggestions of anything else you want. I'll see you guys next episode.